I have ulcerative colitis, which is also an inflammatory bowel disease. And when I was diagnosed at the age of 70, I was just about to set out on a holiday to the Greek islands with my beloved partner. This is a disease that is quite difficult to talk about because we don't usually talk about our bowels. But I discovered blood in my stool and thought to myself, oh, hemorrhoids, that's okay. And then I thought, oh, bowel cancer, very worrying and disturbing, and quickly saw my GP, who referred me to a gastroenterologist who diagnosed ulcerative colitis and started me on medication. I was able to go on holiday with some changes in the way I managed myself and the disease that was very new to me. But I should mention that I felt very alone at the time. I didn't know anyone who had ulcerative colitis, and I still have never met anyone who has ulcerative colitis. So I felt alone. And as life went on, I developed a worsening of the disease. And as it got worse, I was started on prednisone, which was in addition to the generic drug that I was taking. And that itself caused side effects. I've now had the diagnosis for 16 years, and I've been on and off prednisone over those years and have had the side effects of osteoporosis and skin effects, skin tears that result from a very fragile skin. More recently, I've discovered that I have a lung condition that seems to be associated with autoimmune disorders. As the condition worsened, I increased the prednisone, but eventually, with my third or fourth gastroenterologist, I discovered drugs called biologics. These drugs are probably in the last 20 years have been used to treat autoimmune conditions. I tried one, and within 2 weeks, I was so ill that I was admitted to the intensive care unit with very severe sepsis. Recovered from that after a week in ICU, and recovered further at home over time with the help of friends.
10:35 a.m.
My biologic was changed to a different one that works only on the colon, and that was like a miracle drug for me. So at the moment, I'm managing quite well, but I should say that one of the problems with inflammatory bowel disease is that you are unaware of when you're going to need to rush to the toilet. And although I love dressing up, I found I couldn't anymore. I could only wear black trousers. And I also had to know where is the toilet whenever I was traveling. So other than the side effects that I've mentioned and having to know where the toilet is, I can manage the disease fairly well, and I hope to be able to manage in the future. Dragon Claw has been very helpful because there's been no other group with whom I could share that I had an autoimmune disease. So basically, that's where I am at the moment. I've been fortunate, I think, to live in Australia and have the PBS that allows expensive and somewhat experimental drugs to be on the PBS so that we can afford the treatment that we need. So that's about all I have to say. I'm now 86 and I'm hoping to live a few more years managing ulcerative colitis. Thank you.